I am Nick.
And I'm Carmen.
And this is our channel.
And welcome back to another video. And this video is things to do here at the Venetian in Las Vegas.
That's correct.
So stay tuned. So once you check in, and if your room is not ready, you're going to want to walk the property. That is what we suggest. And if you do have your room, you want to just go to the 10th floor and check out the Sky Bridge, because that connects the South Tower to the North Tower. So it all depends in which tower you're staying in. We are staying in the North Tower, so we just wanted to check out the Sky Bridge. And this is what it looks like. But it's just a bridge that connects both towers, just so you know. But you're going to want to familiarize yourself with every part of the Venetian property because it's so grand. The lobby area, of course, you're going to want to stop and take some photos, some videos. You're really going to enjoy yourself staying here at the Venetian. But we're going to again recommend that you familiarize yourself with the property because it's so grand again. And they do have plenty of maps on the property, so we recommend that you just take a look so that you know where you're going, because you will get tired just walking around and familiarizing yourself with the locations where you would want to visit again. We're going to get into the gondola later in the video. That is another thing to do. But the first thing is just walking the property and also finding your nearest Walgreens, because there is a Walgreens that connects between the Palacio and the Venetian. So make sure you stop there to get all your goodies, because there are some stores here where you can buy some snacks, but they're very expensive. We mentioned this in our last video of places to eat here at the Venetian. If you haven't seen that, we will link it above. But while we were walking the property, we did notice that the Venetian was promoting the Wizard of Oz, because that is the new spectacular that is coming to the Sphere. And when we arrived, this is what was there. Usually it's that love sign that everybody's so familiar with, but at the moment they were promoting the Wizard of Oz. So again, walk the property, take some photos, take some videos, and you will enjoy your stay here at the Venetian. So let's move on to the next thing to do, which is checking out the bars that they have available at the Venetian. So this is something that you can do while you wait for your room, or something that you can do later on in the day or during your stay. There's plenty of options. They have the bar at the lobby, then they have this ice experience, but there are plenty of bars that you guys can enjoy. So the next thing to do is to visit the casinos. Nicholas does enjoy playing. We did stop by Caesars, and Nicholas was lucky enough to win a jackpot there. But we did also enjoy playing at the Venetian, of course, because that's where we're staying. And he also won there. So we highly recommend for you, if you enjoy to gamble, play a couple of slot machines and try your luck. The next thing to do is go out to eat. We do have a video dedicated to this, so I won't go in too much detail, but I just wanted to mention that we did go to Truth and Tonic again because I am a vegan. So if you have anyone that you love that travels with you and is a vegan, has dietary needs, they do have vegan options at the Venetian. So make sure you check out that video, places to eat at the Venetian. We will link it below. But the next thing that you can do are things that are also places to eat and activities like this flight club. We didn't participate, but let's move on to the next thing that you can do is visit the spa. I did want to give you guys a tour of the spa because I like to see what it looks like before I paid for it, but they were very strict on that. There were no video photography and no tours. So here's some little information for you guys. So the next thing to do is go to the pool. So they do have a map once you enter the Venetian pool. So familiarize yourself with that because the pool is grand. The reason that it's so grand is because it connects the Venetian pool with the Palazzo pool. So I will just give you a quick run through of the Venetian pool specifically because that is where we're staying. So this is the main pool when you enter at the Venetian. And this location to your left is a bar specifically for 21 and over area, which is great for adults. They have plenty of sofas where you can lounge around and also tables that you can probably have a meal. Then this is the other side of the Venetian pool. This, in addition, is still for families, so you can bring your children to both sides. The only 21 and over location which was the area that I showed previously. They also have some nice seats inside of the pool in this section, and is very close to the bar. And you can also purchase cabanas, and they're closed in with ceiling fans, television, air conditioning, if you want all of that. I accidentally intruded on someone's privacy. I didn't know there was someone in there. I just thought it was open. But as you saw, there's plenty of amenities for those of you who want to pay or you have work to do and you're with your family. You can probably rent one of these to do your work and the family can enjoy the pool. So this bar is where you would walk through to get to the Palazzo side from the Venetian. If you're under 21, obviously you can walk through with your family to get to the Palazzo side, but just take note that this is how you get to the Palazzo side, is through this bar, and then you will find a corridor where it leads you to the Palazzo pool. So I am not going to give you a tour of the Palazzo pool because it's so grand, and it's also because we did not stay here. So just for future reference or your reference if you're here already, it takes about 3.5 minutes to walk from the Venetian pool to the very end of the Palazzo pool because the Palazzo has so many pools, so many sections. So I'm very eager to stay at the Palazzo and make sure that you guys are able to enjoy the tour and review of the Palazzo. But this is part of the corridor where you will be walking through, and to the left is where the Teo Beach is, and that's another thing to do. We're going to get into that in a few minutes, but this is the corridor, and then you will find your way to the Palazzo section. Now we have arrived to the Palazzo section, and then we're going to fast forward ourselves to see the very first pool at the Palazzo. And here is the very first pool at the Palazzo. So let's go back to the Venetian. This is the restroom at the pool section, which is very elegant. Everything at the Venetian you will find that is very elegant. And this is one of the pools at the Palazzo. We ended up here at the very end of the day. It was about 2 o'clock, and we arrived really early at the Venetian pool. So we spent all day at the pool, and we said we're gonna walk over to the Palazzo section, and we again ordered lunch. And Nicholas ordered another bowl. I ordered some French fries, and we shared an acai bowl and French fries. So your food at the Palazzo and at the Venetian are coming from the same kitchen. What I did realize is that when I asked for virgin pina colada, they could not make it frozen because I guess the frozen pina colada already has liquor. So they had to make it a standard pina colada with ice. next thing that you can do is visit the gym. So the gym is located on Canyon Ranch Road. That's what they say when you ask where it's located. And in this area is where you will also find Truth and Tonic and the spa. So if you haven't seen that video yet on places to eat, make sure you check that out. We'll link it below. But here is where you will find Truth and Tonic, the spa, and the gym. I believe the gym here is the largest in Vegas and in Atlantic City because of this particular wall. They are the only gym, I believe, that has a rock climbing section. So those are for those of you who like to rock climb. Here you have it. So the gym is massive. They have a lot of different areas, and I'm just gonna let you guys enjoy a quick tour of the gym. So this is the end of the tour of the gym, and let's move on to the next thing to do, which is to visit Teo Beach. So Teo Beach is a day club, and the way for you to get to the day club is through this level where you will find security, go around that corridor, go through another security to check your bag, and then end up right here in this section to come back around to go up some stairs. It's just like a big grand situation. So just be note that they will check your bags. Don't have any medication in there because they will not allow you in. Okay. So these are the things that you will see, some statues, some Instagrammable locations to take photos and videos, and then up some more stairs where you will finally reach the entrance to Teo Beach. So when we arrived, they mentioned that Little John would be performing later that afternoon. It was about, I believe at this time, maybe 11 a.m., maybe 12. I just can't remember. But it was already packed. The pool is not as large as I would expect it to be for a day club, but it was decent. It's nice. I love the decor. There are plenty of places for you to just take some photos. Also the view of the Venetian building. And it's just a very lovely place. We did not stay for the day party because this is the day we arrived. We were exhausted leaving from New York at 5 in the morning. So we just looked around and headed out. But this is the exit, and then you will find yourself in this corridor to leave Teo Beach. So make sure if you have time and energy to visit Teo Beach, because I'm sure it was a grand old time, but we were just too exhausted. And I will clip in a video of how the party ended up, because we were able to see the Teo Beach from our room at the Venetian. So the next thing to do is to go shopping. So you're going to press 2 on the elevator, or just find yourself at the Grand Canyon shops. And here is where you will find plenty of stores, all types of prices, and also some places to eat. They have, you know, your budget friendly stores, and then they also have these high end stores. This location is also where you're going to find the gondola, the inside gondola, because we will talk more about that later on in the video, but this is the location where you will find the inside gondola. And here are your stores that are budget friendly. They also have some galleries for those of you who love to purchase art. And they even have a few of my favorite stores. And if you do plan to get married, they have a suit supply for you, gentlemen. Now let's move on to the next thing to do, which is an escape room. The Venetian has this atomic saloon, which is an escape room for those of you who would like to enjoy, and also karaoke, where you can rent rooms. This is a large location, I believe the largest I've seen, and you can just rent a room for you and your significant other or the group of people that you travel with to enjoy a night of karaoke. So the next thing to do is to get ready to head over to the Sphere. So the Sphere is located near the Venetian. There are tunnels that lead from the Sphere to the Venetian. So that's something that I would highly recommend. At the time that we were there, they were promoting The Wizard of Oz. Unfortunately, it's being presented when we're going back home, so hopefully you guys will be able to enjoy this Sphere. But we did do it the year before, and it was a grand experience. We actually went on the day of my birthday, which was so lovely because were able to interact with these robots, and the robots were able to give me a nice birthday wish. I just wanted to let you know.
What is on your mind?
I wanted to let you know that today's my birthday. It's your birthday.
Today is your birthday.
Yeah, do you mind?
Why didn't you say so in the first place? Happy birthday, Carmen.
Thank you.
What an honor you chose to celebrate with us here at Sphere.
Yes, I wanted you to wish me a happy birthday.
I would like you to wish you a happy birthday.
Thank you.
Additionally, whose idea was it to come here today?
It was my boyfriend's idea.
You are a genius. Nicholas, thank you for bringing Carmen.
Thank you for having us. Bye.
You're welcome. I look forward to next time. Goodbye, birthday girl.
Bye. So while you're in the Venetian, you will see signs, all spheres access, because the tunnels lead to the Sphere. So just make note of that. That is great that you're staying at the Venetian because it will be very close to the Sphere experience. So let's move on to the next thing to do, which is to visit the Madame Tussauds if you choose to. And the next thing to do is to visit the gondola. So they do have this gondola experience indoors, and they also have the option for those of you who enjoy the sun to enjoy the gondola outdoors. So unfortunately, we did not partake in this activity because we had so many things that we wanted to see and so many things we wanted to do. But we do recommend for you to arrive early, as you saw in the video, that the lines do form very early. So book your tickets in advance. But this is what the ambiance is early in the morning before most people have woken up. So like we mentioned earlier, you want to walk the property when you arrive, and also you might want to walk it when you wake up as soon as the sun rises, preferably, because you will be able to enjoy the property in a different light because there won't be so many people in your videos or in your photos. But as I did mention, you see there is nearly no one waiting online, and I believe this is when they open. I don't recall the time, but as you can see, you can reserve your gondola as early as possible so you can avoid the line. And it's just a lovely experience. I feel that anyone that rides on the gondola will truly enjoy this experience. That is the end of the things to do here at the Venetian in Las Vegas. We hope that you enjoyed this tour. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and things to do here at Venetian at Las Vegas.
That's correct.
And make sure you share this content with friends and family that may enjoy this content.
And remember,
Like and subscribe.